Hey guys, so I am back. I'm sorry, I know it's been a minute, but I am back. Um, I have some things that I think need to be highlighted. It's so funny with YouTube basically taking a hatchet to any channel that covers political content. Actually, right or left, I've been hearing certain progressive sites are being nuked, and I really don't understand. I guess, I've heard different things. I've heard that YouTube um, is cracking down because of this theory that conservative talk is just going to be swept from the face of the planet. I've also heard that YouTube wants to become like a Netflix and only pay like its prime uh, viewer broadcasters, people that are on that have really strong followings that are bringing them money. And they're going to use them to have shows and I guess pay them because they'll be part of the YouTube Netflix setup. Um, I think both are true. I've heard that Rumble is now censoring comments and that BitChute is censoring videos. Um, and I have heard the tip about YouTube wanting to become more like Netflix from multiple sources. So, question is, what are conservatives supposed to do? I, honestly, I think if 2020 showed conservatives anything, it's that we literally have not done our homework. Like, this is our fault. We are the only ones to blame for not having our own social media platforms, for not having a strong entertainment industry, for not pushing our media out, and for relying on quote unquote bipartisan, non affiliated, clearly affiliated news groups to disseminate our information. When you are completely reliant on your enemy for everything, you don't give yourself many options. So that's what I think regarding the current supposed purge of not just conservative thought, but free thought. So it's one thing to be intimidated by it, it's another thing to challenge it, and it's a third thing to blatantly ignore it. And honestly, I think ignoring it is the right thing to do. I think when you call it the purge, when you associate it with the end of free speech forever, you give them too much weight. You give them too much credit. Like, call it crazy, but people in Iraq and Iran, they still breed homing pigeons. Okay, these people are not reliant on squat. Like, they don't care if you take away their internet, their pens and paper, even. They're gonna get information out. Like, they just don't care. And that's kind of the mindset that you have to have. You should not be, I mean, if I didn't have a channel, how would I talk to people? Same way people used to talk to people. You just get a megaphone, okay? I have a video with me and a megaphone on my channel. You just get a megaphone and you start telling people stuff. You do not have to rely on these huge platforms to get information out. Is it harder? Yes, it is a lot harder. But it does two things, like Malala in the Middle East, who was shot for promoting education for young girls when she was 14 years old. Okay, she was shot for this. She was saying, if one person in a crowd of people who are silent, if one person in that silent crowd speaks, that voice is the loudest one in that area. That makes total sense. So if one person gets up with a megaphone, and that's just completely arbitrary, nobody's seen that before, that gets attention. And honestly, that's how media starts. It has to start somewhere. YouTube wasn't the hegemon of information before. We brought it to that point. Everybody's always complaining, oh, the tip of the pyramid, that's the thing that's controlling us. That's the one that's, got all of the checks in place. It's the eye at the head and it can see all. You guys, if it is a pyramid situation that we are in where we are at the bottom, they are at the top, they see everything. We're still the foundation of the pyramid. We are the foundation of YouTube. We are the foundation of big tech. We built big tech, okay? It is only big because of us. And if we decide to continue building it, then we're the idiots that brought it to its point, and will help it bring us down, okay? And will suffocate us because we keep relying on it and we keep feeding it, for goodness sakes. Just leave. Just go look at something else. Go work on something else. Go build something else. Go ask for money for something else, okay? The guy who built Facebook, I mean, he basically built it for college students and high school students who wanted to keep in touch with the people that they were going to be leaving and graduating from that they'd never see again. It was a great idea. And now it's this. Now it's this dragon that's, you know, threatening us and our beliefs, you know, and telling us that we don't have a place in society. It's what happened. No, we can't afford this. We shouldn't be on board with this. It doesn't have to be this way. And if we so want to build something unique and arbitrary and different from everything else, then we have the right to do it. And at this point, we have no choice but to do it, because they have really cut the line very clear as to what they want on their platforms. And if that means that we are not welcome anymore, then so be it. And we need to hightail it and move. Okay? The problem with conservatives is that we don't do anything in unison. All right? And that's how we're divided right now with regards to the election and everything. It's, you know, you have your QAnon people, and then you have your Sidney Powell Pack people, and then you have the, well, we got to deal with Biden people, and then we have the 1776 people, and active 18 whatever people, and the 19th president people, and then the Linwood people, and the non-Linwood people, and the Mike Lindell people, and the non-Mike Lindell people, and you have all these stratified conservatives. We are not consolidating our energy. I think if we literally stood out of our houses with a sign saying, we do not accept XYZ, okay? All right? If it was just so obvious for conservatives with regards to the pattern of things, okay? Whether you agree with the outcome or not, many people saw a pattern that needed to be challenged, that wasn't challenged. And here we are. Because 80 million people would not stand out of their house with a sign saying, I do not agree with the outcome of what happened on November 3rd. That's all we had to do. That is literally all we had to do. So I am here to ask conservatives to act cohesively as a group in unison, to talk to one another, to work with one another, to find agreement with one another, to find common ground and do something together, not to be stratified. I have said this about the various other niches of conservative outreach, particularly with pro-life and human trafficking. I feel like it's just incredibly stratified, and that is not healthy. We need to be coordinated and unified to target these issues. The left is very good at doing this. Conservatives are horrible at doing this. And we cut the branch that we're sitting on. We allow ourselves to be scattered and made vulnerable. We are the majority, and we need to act like that. So I have more coming out. I want to talk about some more issues, but I'm hoping that this will help other people recognize that you are not alone if you're conservative. And if you feel pushed away, great. That means there'll be more of us to join the new platforms when they start getting some traction. And I'll talk to you guys soon.